Alright, Mr. Osborne, now that we know the title, we have synthesized the movie. You drink this and you will experience Spider-Man 3. Here. Oh my god, no way, what do I do? Hello Spider-Man fans, thank you so much for clicking on this video. My name is Chris. It is a wonderful day in the neighborhood. We finally got ourselves the Spider-Man title. We have it front and center, Spider-Man No Way Home. Still trying to get used to that after everything we were trying to guess before the title was finally revealed. But now that we've had a full 24 hours to sit on this title, to speculate what it could mean for Spider-Man 3 and what exactly did that whole teaser announcement mean, the Spider-Man community has come together and pointed out some extremely interesting things out of this one little announcement video that is kind of blowing my mind. So many of your guys' opinions down below. Now that you've had a full 24 hours to sit on it, how are you feeling on the title of Spider-Man No Way Home? Out of all the little Easter eggs and references that are found in this video, which one to you were like, oh, that could be something real? Or which one are you like, that's some bogus right there. Don't even bring that up, Chris. What you doing? Alright, so not only was this a great way to introduce the title for Spider-Man No Way Home, is just play off the fact that Tom Holland supposedly spoils a lot of things in the MCU. I'm gonna stick up for my boy. I don't think he's done that much spoiling. But in playing with this fact and giving us a bunch of fake titles for the movie, like they did beforehand until finally revealing the actual title on this whiteboard, we get a number of titles that seem like they were a possibility for this movie. And although you have some really funny ones there, like when they have Home Alone and they're like, oh, that's copyrighted, we can't use that because of the movie Home Alone, or Spider-Man webcamming, like Spider-Man got an OnlyFans? What do I sign up? I think the secondary title that had every Spider-Man a-buzzing was the one there, Spider-Man Homeworlds. Let me tell you guys, before we knew the title, Spider-Man No Way Home, Spider-Man Homeworlds was like the most popular title I was getting in all the comment sections of my Spider-Man videos. Whether that was because a bunch of other YouTubers just really thought that was the official title and that's what we were going to be getting, or because it just made the most sense out there with the rumors that Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield would be part of this movie, connecting different universes of the Spider-Verse and showing us the home worlds of the previous Spider people. So seeing that this is a possible title that could have been used for this movie, it has opened the mind of Spider-Man fans like, oh, it's happening, it's real, it's going down. But part of me is like, they messing with us. They know these were the most popular titles out there. Not only that, they spat on our Spider-Man hearts by putting right next to it, boring. You pair that up with Tom Holland saying that the Spider people are not going to be showing up in this movie, don't expect a cameo at all, that they haven't told me anything like that, just like it took them a while to tell you the actual title, Mr. Spider-Man. Yeah, which story you sticking to? If I had to put my money on it, I don't think this is a full confirmation of the Spider-Verse. I just really do believe that they chose the most popular titles out there to fill up the whiteboard. I highly doubt that these were actually the secondary or the runner-up titles if Spider-Man No Way Home did not work out. Still, the fact that they put the word boring right there is like, it would not be boring. It would be everything we'd ever want. I think something that's a little more concrete with the Spider-Verse and could be an actual hint to multiple Spider people showing up here is when they do the transition from the whiteboard to the official title card. They do have a similar glitch effect that is shown in the animated Spider-Man movie, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. I think this is a very specific way to transition over, and I think you could have done it so many different ways, but the fact that you chose a little glitch effect that is kind of synonymous with your other Spider-Man franchise that is all about different Spider people showing up left and right. Some Spider-Man fans are taking it to believe that this glitch effect is more resembling something that's been coming out of WandaVision, with kind of the color schemes matching the hex of where everyone is trapped right now in Westview, these blue and red colors. It's also pretty undeniable once you actually stare at this whiteboard and you just see hexagons galore, okay? After WandaVision, I just cannot see a hexagon the same way. Don't ask me how long I stop at a stop sign. But I think although these hexagons on the whiteboard are just referencing chemicals and science stuff that I could not even tell you what they mean, the fact that we've already been told that WandaVision, Spider-Man No Way Home, and Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness are all a loosely connected trilogy that'll follow one story arc, these hexagon shapes are just further evidence of that connection. I think the one that is blowing my mind the most and has gotten a lot of people talking about is not only are we getting these references of the Spider-Verse people with like Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield. The biggest Easter egg that has gotten a lot of fans talking about is that the shape that is holding the title of Spider-Man No Way Home is heavily resembling the island of Puerto Rico. Trust me, when I first heard about this and I saw people in the Spider-Man community saying that that shape resembled Puerto Rico, I was like, you guys are kind of stretching. It's just a random shape. Then you see it side by side, or heck, even layered on top of each other, and this thing is definitely making curves that feel very specific to the island of Puerto Rico. Now, at this point, you might be asking, okay, well, what the heck does Puerto Rico got to do with Spider-Man? Well, let me tell you, one of the most famous Spider people right now is half Puerto Rican, and that's Miles Morales. The biggest clue is most likely right in front of our faces right here, that this whiteboard could be hinting that in this third Spider-Man film, we will finally get to see the live-action Miles Morales that they have been hinting towards since the beginning in Spider-Man Homecoming, where Donald Glover was playing the Prowler and he mentioned he had a nephew. And we all know the Prowler's nephew is Miles Morales. If we didn't get set photos of Spider-Man No Way Home that showed the homeless shelter feast that is kind of synonymous now with the Spider-Man Miles Morales video game, where Miles Morales volunteers at this shelter with Peter Parker, meets him, confides in him that he has spider powers, and then Peter mentors him, I would not have been all about this whole Puerto Rico on the whiteboard theory. But since Spider-Man No Way Home is going to be kind of concluding a trilogy and closing off a chapter, it's usually common knowledge in a trilogy of movies that you finally solve all unanswered questions and put them to rest to either start a new trilogy or just to end things off on a happy note. And since you opened the door that Miles Morales is out there and then you haven't talked about it since, it'd be really weird if the MCU didn't address it at least once. You also have Tom Holland confirming that his contract is over after Spider-Man No Way Home, and once that movie's released, he's done playing Spider-Man as of right now. Don't freak out too bad, because in the same interview, Tom Holland says, if they want me for 10 movies, oh, you damn sure well bet I'm going to be coming back. But if they're going to be retiring the character of Peter Parker for a while, it'd be great to have Miles Morales introduced, swinging about, taking care of New York City, while Peter Parker, Tom Holland ages up a little bit, and then we can return for the college years, or heck, maybe in some adult years. When it really boils down to it, the biggest clue to what is going to be involving Spider-Man 3 and Spider-Man No Way Home is going to be that title, Spider-Man No Way Home. It just depends what side you fall in and whether you think Spider-Man No Way Home is him being lost in the multiverse with all these other Spider-Man people. I've even seen it, people explain it the other way around, where the Spider-Verse people like Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire are stuck in Tom Holland's universe and there's no way home for them, which is why in Multiverse of Madness we have Doctor Strange teaming up with director Sam Raimi and even bringing in the same composer from the Spider-Man films, because that movie will involve Doctor Strange trying to get these spider people back into their reality. If you look at one of the actors involved in the Spider-Man movie who plays Betty Brant, not only did she confirm that she'd be returning for Spider-Man No Way Home, she even says it here, Arachnid Boy, will he ever get to his house? Only in theaters this Christmas, which it most likely seems like Spider-Man No Way Home is more of a literal translation that Spider-Man, since he's being framed for the murder of Mysterio, has no way home since everyone knows who he is. The internet's a thing, so if your identity was made public, people would find where you live and exactly where you would be at all times. And these Spider-Man titles have been great with this double meaning if they decide to go both ways. Like with Spider-Man Homecoming, not only was there a homecoming dance, it was also the homecoming of Spider-Man finally being in the MCU. I'm just still so happy we are one step closer to finding out more about Spider-Man No Way Home, and with WandaVision coming to an end in these next 2 episodes, hopefully we get a better idea to what will be happening in the MCU and how that'll connect to Peter Parker Spider-Man. Be sure to leave me your guys' thoughts down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe and follow me on Twitter at 3C Film Review. As always, I'm Chris. Take care.